When we think about the great predators of the animal kingdom, our minds tend to gravitate towards beasts like the lion, the tiger, and the bear. Oh my! Indeed, it makes sense that we as humans hold within us an innate fear and respect for creatures such as these. After all, even the mightiest among our own species is no physical match for a 400-pound cat or 800-pound grizzly, both boasting massive claws and fangs. But as terrifying as the prospect of an encounter with one of these beasts in the wild may be, we should all consider ourselves fortunate that we have evolved to be taller than a few centimetres, because the wildlife that exists beneath our feet, pound for pound, is immeasurably more terrifying, with an even greater number of predators, all ready to stab, poison, chomp, liquify, or mummify their unfortunate prey. And of all the creatures in the insect world, few are more formidable than the praying mantis. No one truly knows what they're praying for, or which god they're praying to, but one can only hope that whatever god it is doesn't exist. Because the thought of a cannibalistic, freaky-eyed, giant spiky forearm having triangle-headed walking nightmare having its prayers answered is not a comfortable one at all. One has to assume it's praying to grow to 6 feet tall so it can devour us all and take over the world. Fortunately, they've been at it for 100 million years, so it would seem their prayers are going unanswered, just like the rest of us. But this is of little solace to flies, wasps, lizards, or any other creature small enough to find itself on the menu of the mantis. The mantis can be found all across the world, from sub-Saharan Africa to Australia, to the weeds in your own backyard, and are as diverse in appearance as they are in distribution, able to take on the form of anything from a dead leaf to a Pokemon. The females are much larger than the males, and use their greater size and strength to overpower the male after copulation, and then decapitate him and eat his head. This may seem brutal and barbaric to some, but let's be honest, it is far more merciful than tricking the male into a bright future, making him spend his life savings on a ring and fancy wedding, trapping him with the responsibility of raising children, and then slowly devouring his spirit over the course of years until he loses his will to live. But I digress. Here we see a male mantis trying to get some action, while the female, in typical female fashion, is completely bored and uninterested, opting to go for a snack while the male does his thing. Luckily for the male, he is able to succeed in getting some, while also managing to escape a grisly demise due to this grasshopper being a badass and turning the tables on the female mantis. The relationship between the mantis and people over the centuries is an interesting one. Early civilizations, such as the ancient Greeks and Egyptians, believed the mantis to possess superpowers. Shaolin monks based a form of kung fu around it, and people today keep them as pets and give them names like Juju and Francesca, proving once again that people are retarded and always have been.